Your music sounds better around a campfire. Welcome back to another Techstination interview. I'm Fred Fishkin, and with us is Vice President Caleb Rosenau from Campfire Audio. Thanks for joining us, Caleb.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Well, let's start with a little background about the company.
Yeah, Campfire Audio is based in Portland, Oregon, and we are a manufacturer of primarily audiophile earphones. So we're talking about some of the best earphones in the world are made right here in Portland.
Right, and you've had a range of in-ear monitors, I guess is what we call them when you get to a certain price range or capability. But
Sure. Yeah, that's
and
right.
you've had them ranging up to something like $1,900 I saw on the website for some models. I mean,
Yeah, that's right. That's going to be the top end of our range with some of our Solaris special editions. But I think the products that we're best known for would be Andromeda, which is $10.99, and Solaris at $14.99.
and now you have models aimed more at the consumer market, the general consumer market, people who want to really step up from what they've had before. Tell me about it.
Sure. Just last week, we released Satsuma and Honeydew, which are our most accessible products to date. Satsuma, it's going to feature a single balanced armature, $199. Honeydew, single dynamic driver, $249.
And they sound like they belong in the produce aisle. So tell us about the naming conventions here and what's special about these? What should consumers know?
Sure. So when we're looking at a product like this, we're trying to, well, what we're aiming for is something really fun, something engaging, and something that really translates what you would find in the top end of our range and makes it more accessible to more customers. So these two models are sort of a simplified, streamlined, sort of distilled earphone.
Right. And it's distinctive as all of your earphones are. The design is distinctive. Tell us what goes into these.
Sure. With this shell design, one of our engineers, Ben, tried to capture a lot of that angular aesthetic of many of our top-end models. So the really recognizable profile of Andromeda is sort of this striking industrial angular aesthetic to it. And I think that this
you're wearing them as I am also, and holding them. So why don't you hold it up and
oh, sure.
For those who are viewing, you can show us.
Sure. So this is a Honeydew, what we call mellow yellow, but it's an ABS body so that we can keep the weight really light, smooth, comfortable in the ear, stainless steel spout, and our own custom MMCX connector here, which is a beryllium copper connector, which is going to extend the life of this product by having a cable that can disconnect from the product.
You can replace the cable too.
That's correct.
Opt for a different cable. You have them on the website. These are 3D printed?
The interior is 3D printed. One of our trademark, one of our signature design approaches would be that we 3D print the acoustic chambers that surround a driver. So a driver is going to, basically the small speaker that's inside of the earphone is going to need to move a certain volume of air. By changing the dimension or the volume of the air in front and behind the driver, we can affect the frequency response to essentially get our target curve without adding unnecessary complexity, such as crossovers. So you're really going to get a much truer, realistic sound from the driver that we select for the earphone.
Really interesting. So, I mean, that's one of the things, but tell me some of the other things that set Campfire Audio, and maybe specifically these models, apart from the competition. There are a lot of earphones out there, and some of them very good.
Sure. Yeah, I think that, you know, when we went to make a product like this, just generally speaking, what we had in mind was actually more of a pro audio market. When we're looking at musicians, when we're looking at people producing electronic music in a bedroom, people who are doing on-stage performance, what we wanted to do was make a product that you could plug into your pack, plug into your setup, plug into your sort of desktop operation, and really get the sound that is tailored to what you want from that. So with Satsuma, we've got an earphone that has a really balanced frequency response. It's going to be suitable for a range of people, but when you're looking at it, you're going to find that the guitar, vocal keys are going to have a little more emphasis in the mix. And so this is going to give you sort of a spotlight on that part of it. Honeydew, we would say, has a little more low frequency extension. And so that has a fuller sound. So when you're looking at like a beat maker, a DJ, bass, drums, that kind of thing, where you're going to want emphasis on that part of the spectrum, that's going to be the earphone for you.
It's hard to describe, but if I had to, I would describe the sound as being clean, allowing you to hear things perhaps that you haven't heard before, and even a song you've listened to for years.
Yeah, that's right. And that's coming from our sort of audiophile heritage here of, really caring a lot about what the earphone sounds like and making sure that it has a certain level of resolution that's available to someone. And so that's going to come into driver selection. So what's inside of these earphones is going to be better than most similarly priced products, because that's coming from our unique perspective of working in the high end of this market.
And you've opted not to branch out, at least it seems so far, into other areas like Bluetooth or headphones that people use for talking, communicating so much, right?
Yeah, I think that we are working on a number of products, and we have been for some time in that space. I think that's where consumers are. I think that your regular person has not bought a device that has a headphone jack on it in quite some time. So that's also why these products don't have microphones and communication sort of distractions built into the product. This is a listening earphone. This is a tool, a monitor of sorts.
But you're looking at possibly getting into that area as well, bringing your technology there.
That's right. Yeah, we've been working on a number of products for some time. I think that for us, our customers put fidelity almost over almost every other feature or aspect of the product. So number one for us is going to be sound quality, and so it's really important to us to deliver the best sounding products that we can, and that's why we've been taking our time with True Wireless. Is it's important to make sure that the limited bandwidth that is available with Bluetooth delivers the sort of sound that our customers are looking for.
Really interesting. Any time frame that you can tell us, or is that just down the road, kids?
I can't share the time frame yet, but it won't be in the far distant future if everything goes according to plan.
Tell us how the pandemic has affected what you've been able to accomplish there and continuing the innovation.
Sure. Yeah, it's certainly been a challenging period for us. Yeah, let's hear. I think that everyone's had a slightly different journey during the pandemic. We've been very fortunate that our business and sales were not as dramatically impacted as many other segments have been. And we're very fortunate that many of our sales are overseas as well as here in the US. So we have sort of we have a broad reach for and I think that as more people stayed at home, more people found their home listening setup and turned to sort of optimize that experience. I think that we benefited from that. And so when it comes to,
I know you're made in Portland there,
Mhm.
but I assume like everyone, you have to get parts from different places.
Oh,
Has that
sure.
been difficult?
Yes, the global supply chain for earphone components has certainly been affected, just much like everyone. Um, and yes, that has been challenging and has resulted in, um, some delays to get to this point. Um, but overall, we're in a really good spot, and I think things could have been much more challenging for us than they ended up being.
And now in Portland, you have to cope with this weather, huh? The heat, the unbelievable heat that's hit the Pacific
Yeah,
Northwest.
it's yeah. Our new all-time high record was set on Saturday at 108. Yesterday, I think it was Sunday, maybe 112, and today is going to be something in that ballpark. These are these are not temperatures that we are familiar with or comfortable in. So hopefully it'll pass soon.
But I guess we can say that Campfire Audio has got something cooking in more ways than one.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah. Yeah, maybe
Terrific.
time to install some AC in our workshop. So
For more info, where can people go, Caleb?
uh, they can visit our website directly at campfireaudio.com.
And where else can you be found?
Our products are also available on Amazon. Satsuma and Honeydew are both available on Amazon if that works better for you.
And I know that you've got a lot of fans out there, professionals who've been using your in-ear monitors. I don't know if you want to name drop anyone or anything that people should know about.
Well, our customers are sort of, I don't want to disclose their private purchasing, so, but we are very fortunate to have many professional musicians using our products, buying our products, and particularly with a custom fit earphones for professional use and stage monitoring, studio monitoring. So, yeah, we've been really fortunate, and we hope that these products bring that sound and to a wider audience.
Terrific. The website, once again, is campfireaudio.com. Caleb Rosenau, thank you so much for taking the time with us.
Hey, thanks. Good to talk to you.
Cooking with the power of the sun. Hi, I'm Fred Fishkin, here to tell you about the latest innovation from my friend Patrick Sherwin and his great team at GoSun Stove. The GoSun Fusion has arrived using the company's tried and true reflectors and a solar vacuum tube to get you cooking without the mess of charcoal, heavy propane tanks, or smoke. A really bright idea. And with an optional solar panel and battery storage and the ability to plug in at home or on the road, you really can use the GoSun Fusion to cook anytime and anywhere, day or night, rain or shine. I love what Patrick and his team are doing, and so will you. Want to learn more? Head to gosun.co to check out all of the company's products and innovations and use the code Techstination to save 10%. That's gosun.co.